Okay, my name is Heidi Hohmann, and my research areas are historic landscape preservation and the history of landscape architecture. My current project on the Minneapolis park system examines the profession's 19th century aspirations to design not just parks, but also cities. The resultant designs created cities as civic ecologies, as complex, dynamic relations among people, cities, and the natural environment. Nowhere is the integration of a park system with a city plan better exemplified than in Minneapolis, a park system described often as, quote, the best located, best financed, best designed, best maintained public open space in America. First envisioned by Horace Cleveland in 1883, the park system was proposed as an urban framework to support the growth and expansion of Minneapolis. Today, the system comprises 6,500 acres and 26 miles of scenic parks and parkways where 3 million metropolitan residents recreate, commute, and participate in city life. My research highlights two significant characteristics of landscape-based urban planning. The first is that successful park systems are deeply aligned with natural systems and features. In the case of Minneapolis, land acquisitions made on the basis of scenic quality align the system with the region's geologic and hydrologic systems of river bluff and wetland. Once lands were acquired and saved from development, areas such as these wetlands in Lake Nokomis were not conserved, but rather reconstructed, not only for aesthetic purposes, but also for functional purposes. They reconfigured natural spatial volumes as containers for urban services, such as transportation, storm drainage, and recreation. The resulting alignment of the city's mundane, programmatic, and infrastructural activities with the regional watershed imbued Minneapolis with a distinctive sense of place, inspiring its enduring identity as the city of lakes. The second characteristic of park system planning, highlighted in my research, is that park systems are evolutionary in nature. A park system defines a process, not a specific form. Cleveland's original plan almost immediately began to change, and as it was implemented in the context of the rapidly modernizing city over the next 100 years. For example, scenic lakes soon became loci for boating and then bathing. As children moved out of factories, 100 playgrounds were added to the system between 1908 and 1945. When technology beckoned, an airport was added, eventually becoming what we now know as Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. Yet within that change, continuity also ruled and continues to rule, as bicyclists wearing skirts in 1899 evolve into lycra-cladded athletes in 2010. Parkways were reconfigured for cars rather than for carriages, and a 19th century bathhouse was replaced by a no-chlorine ecological swimming pool in 2016. Considered together, these two qualities of the Minneapolis park system's design, an evolutionary process of development grounded in natural systems, demonstrates the full potential of landscape to create cities which respond to social, political, and economical change, yet retain a continuity of materiality and meaning. This ability of park systems, of landscape, to temper the fast change of human and urban forces with the slow change intrinsic to natural systems is perhaps what Horace Cleveland meant when he described his work in Minneapolis as, quote, a work for all time. As a historian, it is my hope that a full explication of these ideas will inspire future landscape architects to build new urban landscapes that are equally as enduring. Thank you.